All right. And we are live. Welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday, not Monday, but Tuesday, April 28th. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back. If you're returning, welcome for the first time, if you've never been here before. So what we do here is we develop games live on stream. Well, learn about developing games while also developing games. And I say games as if I've made multiple games. I have not. No, it's just the one game I'm working on right now, featuring this cute little slime buddy. You can dash, you can jump, you can grab on stuff. He slides a little bit if he's on a slant. And he just has a perpetually blinking face right now, because that was actually the last thing that I was working on, is implementing a blinking system for the character. So right now, where I left off, the logic is basically telling him to blink once every second. Every second. Obviously, that's not what we want in the end, but it was just to get the system working. So now I can set up some randomization to the blinking. That's what I'm doing now. So, blueprints. This is state machine. This is the dev debug. We don't need the state machine open anymore. Recently changed state function, jump function, recently jumped, recently blinked. Okay. Okay, so essentially, however long this timer is, or whichever one of these is higher, the higher one is what the interval is going to be. So I think if I change this to 0.5, if I'm not mistaken, based on how I set it up yesterday, it should just blink every half second. Yep. He is blinking every half second. All right, so this is our blink speed. Probably raise that up, because this will be like the floor. This will be the absolute longest the character can go without blinking, is going to be this time right here. And then there's going to need to be another timer in between this branch and this set texture parameter value node. There's going to need to be another timer I create that applies like randomization. So it'll randomly, I think the way I'll do it is it's randomly just going to change a Boolean on a set timer given certain conditions, and when that Boolean changes, the character will blink. Okay, so I'm wondering, I don't think a timeline would be the best option here. I do think the best option is going to be like a get time in seconds. And then is there like a within range node? Let's see. I'm gonna do a little Unreal documentation foo right now. Let's see here. Oh, hey Bacon Guy. How's it going, man? Good to see you. How you doing today? Hope your week's gone well. Doing good. Just woke up. My sleep schedule is horrible right now. Dang. Okay. It's fun to sleep in late sometimes, though. So yesterday, I don't believe I saw you hop on yesterday, but yesterday what I got done, what you missed, was blinking. Character blinks now. I also adjusted the eyes a little bit just to have less of like a point at the top of the eyes. Just redrew them, but then I also drew blinking versions. Right now he's just blinking at 1 second intervals. So I got it working right now. So the blinking happens and it happens at a specified rate right here. Now I just need to add randomization. So this will basically act, I guess I don't know if I really need recently changed state. No, I do need I think I do need recently changed state. Otherwise, well, maybe. Oh yeah, okay. So the reason I did recently changed state was to prevent a blink from happening the moment the state changes. So I didn't want the first frame of the new face you see to be a blink. That's what that's for. Recently blinked was a function that I made so that just takes the last blink time and it creates the interval of when it's blinked, of when the character's blinked, and it goes back and forth between the default faces here and then all the blinking faces right here. I don't know if this is the best way to do this, but this is how I did it. And I think to add randomization, since recently blinked is essentially going to act as the absolute longest the character can go without blinking. Or I guess maybe absolute shortest. Yeah, absolute shortest. So recently blink is going to be the absolute shortest amount of time that can happen between blinks. And then we'll add extra time between those blinks, like randomized after this here. That's what I'm working on now, is adding randomization to those blinks. I don't know if I did anything else. Maybe I did. Oh, I fixed the dashing as well. How sometimes it wouldn't dash. So what was happening, if I remember correctly, what was happening was, okay, so we had to set, I created a requested dash charging variable that set as true if it's started, false if it's completed. But the refire event, which happens here, it only happens now if requested dash charging is true, and it has to skip this right here so it just doesn't like double set it. But then it immediately has to set it to false again before it goes into the can dash and the time dilation and everything. If this wasn't here, it was causing me some problems. If this isn't here, it causes the issue with sometimes while you're on the ground, it's constantly updating, or it's constantly sending the signal from on hit. Like this was, if you're on the ground touching it, this was just always firing at all times. So it was just constantly trying to run this logic without you actually being able to, I think without you actually being able to like do any of the charge effects. I think that's what was happening. I'm gonna be honest, I went through a couple different like trial and error ideas, but I think that's ultimately how it was fixed, was I had to prevent that from essentially always firing through this if you were colliding with something. And that was done by the requested dash charging variable. And also having this refire dash charge or refire charge dash happen. I feel like I had to move this around. I think maybe before this was going into here or here. I don't remember. Maybe there was another node. I'm gonna be quite honest, I can't remember exactly what ended up happening with the order of refire dash charge, but I just know that the requested dash charging variable was the main component in getting all of this fixed. So long story short, dashing works now. You dash, you click it while you're in the air. It doesn't start charging again until you hit the ground, because that was another thing that was happening, was that it was charging the dash, like the amount of dash, or I should say your dash velocity or dash force. It was charging that before you hit the ground. And when you hit the ground, you would just go zooming. But you can hold it. It doesn't start until you hit the ground, then you just go. Hold it, nothing happens until you hit the ground, and then you just go. You see there's a couple different pieces of debug text in the corner that helped me figure out exactly what was going wrong. This dev debug function has slowly become my favorite function. Just putting a bunch of random print strings in here so I don't have to like hide the print strings all throughout like different functions. It's just all right here. Yeah, what was I doing? Oh, okay. So randomization for the blinking. That's what we're doing. So I will need, I think everyone eventually ends up with a print string function like that. Makes sense. It's much easier. Yeah, I've previously, and I'm sure as probably everyone does starting out, they just throw print strings in random spots in the flow in different functions, but the print string function is a much better way to track what I need. Or the debug function or whatever else you want to call it. I don't think I need this material open. Why did I have that open again? I don't know. I don't think I needed that material open right now. Okay, so we're going back to update face texture. Okay. So update face, recently blinked. Oh, and then I also had to make a recently changed state variable that is different than the state variable, because the way I had it set up previously, it was constantly firing as recently changed state, because technically if you're moving, your state is constantly changing or trying to update to moving. That variable is being updated over and over again from moving to moving. So that was causing the recently changed state variable that I created to always think that you're changing state. But if I go back to the state machine, which I'm going to have to find here. Oh, I know it's in here. So determine state. There we go. Okay, so this is what I've done. So at the start of determine state, it takes the current slime state into a string, saves it as the previous slime state, because if the logic's flowing through here, it's about to attempt to change the state. So it saves the previous slime state to this float here, or not the float, a string. And then all of these, after the state fires, they all come down here into this branch, which just compares if the current state is equal to the previous state. And if it's not equal, then it updates the last state change time, rather than always updating it every time a state is technically changed. This was like the last thing that I did when I got off, and I feel like there's got to be a way to put this logic at the beginning, maybe, to have it, because like no matter, well, no, there's really no way to do that, because yeah, no, there's not a way to do that now that I'm looking at it, because the state's not going to change unless it comes through this set node. And then that's when the logic flows over here with the different state that's different than the previous. Yeah, so it has to be at the end here like this. Okay. That's how I get last state change time. That's the correct way to handle it. It's a trigger. Cool. Glad I'm doing it correctly. And then that's also, the blinking takes that into account too. We go to the update face texture. Recently changed state, that's just to prevent, like I said, you from immediately having a blinking face when it changes. so that every time you change to a new face, it's always like the eyes open version of that face rather than the blinking version of that face. My only input is that you don't need to convert it to a string. String comparisons are more expensive. Oh, really? Okay. Let's see. Would it just be another enum? Because this variable slime state, it's always going to track whatever the current state here is, or whatever state is currently active. And I just don't know how I would compare that variable after the fact, since by the time it gets over here, slime state is now whatever state was here. Is there a better variable I should change it to? Yeah, just change previous slime state to be the enum type. Oh, okay, cool. I'll just do that then. Go to... Actually, I need to unplug that real quick. I'll go to previous slime state, change it to enum. Oh my gosh, I got a cat. Enum, there we go. Oh, that's right, there's a lot of enums. Do I need to make a separate enum file asset like I did for the slime state enum? Or is there like a default enum that most people use from this massive list of enums? You want it to be the same as slime states. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Wow, I didn't even think of that. No, you're totally right. Okay, so E slime, actually it should be E slime states. There we go. Change variable type, yes. And that probably broke the connection over here. No, okay, did not. That's weird. It's still plugged in like it's a string. All right, and is equal. What in the world? What? Is it this one, equal enum? Okay, that's probably it. Okay. Okay, cool. That was weird. I'll just put that. Oh, I don't need to compare that here. I just need to set that as previous slime state. All right, look at that. Great suggestion. Okay. Just organize these a little bit. Just kind of maybe move that over, like, I don't know. I'm still so undecided on how I want nodes organized. If I want them stacked, I probably should just stick to the stacking method. I'm not going to switch up organization styles. It'll just confuse me. And then the top one below it goes to the top pin. Bottom one goes to the bottom pin. Okay, that's fine. All right, so that is done. The only thing is I kind of wish that I could make these enum nodes a little narrower. They're like so wide. There's so much empty space, which I get. They have to like account for long names or words or amount of letters in an enum, but man, I could probably cut this whole node width could probably be cut in half for my use case specifically. It's a wide node. It's very wide. Not that I'm shaming nodes for being wide, you know, like to promote node positivity around here. Let's move that over just a smidge. All right, that's probably the most organized. I'm going to get that. No need tinking around with it any more than that. Okay. Then yeah, that's the only place I'm using these previous slime state variables, so I don't need to change that anywhere else. All right, close that. Close that. Close charge dash. Update face texture. Okay, so now I need to create randomization. So I don't know if I should do like do it based on like a get time in seconds comparison. I don't know if I should do like a delay node. I don't know if I should use a timeline. Probably just, unless you have a suggestion on a place to start, I'll probably just go through the solutions that feel like they make the most sense until I hit a brick wall, and maybe just try a different solution. On begin play, use set timer by event. Maybe look up how it's used. Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've heard of that node before. Set timer by event. Okay. Set timer by event. I gotta include siren in the stream here. I need to get a new angle. Let's do this. Is that working? No, that's a terrible angle. Let's go like down there. There we go. Also not the best angle, but I wonder if I can flip this. I could probably flip this camera here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna duplicate this camera. I thought there was a duplicate. Maybe I just have to hit Control C, Control V. Am I crazy? Copy. Yep. Okay. And is that just filters it's copying? No, copy. Paste. Duplicate. There we go. All right, cat cam 2. Just gonna rotate that. Yeah. Turn that on. Probably just rotate all of it, I assume. Let's delete that. I don't need that. Okay. And what else is even in here? Why is that so wide? Oh, nope. Oh, that's just the frame. That's funny. With the desk camera feed. Oh yeah, look at that. All right. Why didn't the frame also rotate with that? That's weird. Okay. And the frame. Not sure about these frames anymore. I might end up getting rid of these frames. Not sure I liked them. Move that right there. Look at that. And that's a kitty. Love that. Although that could probably just be a square. Probably doesn't even need to be that big. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Back to, here we go. Set timer by event. Set a timer to execute delegate. Set a timer to execute delegate. Set an existing timer. We'll reset that timer with updated parameters. I'm not sure if you've heard those words used in that order. Execute delegate. A delegate, okay, in programming, a delegate's a type that safely encapsulates a method. That's in C#. We'll go to, I don't know why I looked at Epic's documentation right there and I clicked on the C# documentation. Don't ask. Delegates can call member functions on C++ objects in a generic type-safe way. A delegate can be bound dynamically to a member function of an arbitrary object. Calling the function on the object at a future time, even if the caller does not know the object's type, delegates are safe to copy. Oh, okay. So it's a delegate is just like a typeless variable or a variable that can work with any type. Oh, hey, Nathan. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. In English, a delegate is just a reference to a function. Got it. Set a timer to execute a reference to a function. We have the cat cam now, W. Yeah, it's been there for a bit, but the cat cam previously has always been focused on her bed, which is like, it's over there. Over there. But she never lays in it anymore. She just always lays right here in front of me. So now we have cat cam. Desk version. In front of the keyboard version. This is weird having that camera angle. I kind of like it. Kind of look like one of the parents on the Peanuts. You can't see my head because she's the star of the show. Okay. Setting an existing timer will reset that timer with updated parameters. Target is Kismet System Library. Okay, anything new? Not since no, nothing new since you were on last night, because I know you stopped by again right before I ended stream. So no, nothing new since I ended stream, other than just changing a variable type from being a string to an enumerator. It's literally that's the only change that I've made so far. But right now, I need to add right here, this little spot that I've carved out. I need to add some type of like randomness functionality to blinking. Or at least there needs to be a check right here for that randomness in some way, or a reference to it. But Bacon Guy suggested looking into the set timer by event node fired off of begin play. So now I'm just reading up on that node. Gosh, got cat hair. Your head's just be decapitated and moved to the right side. Exactly. This is actually a Halloween stream. Oh, also you can see the shirt I'm wearing. It's my wife's shirt. She's a teacher. It says, wait. Can you even see that side? Let's learn. I thought it was a good shirt for the stream. Fitting, yeah. Okay. Appreciate it. Okay, inputs. Okay, these are just the different pin types. It has that many input pins? Delegate, real, Boolean. Interesting. And then 2 outputs. Okay. So let's pull that up. There's really not much info here on it, but maybe I don't really need that much info. Let's go to begin play. Make another function. Call it I'll just call it blinking randomizer for now. And if it turns into something that may have a better suiting name, I'll go ahead and change that. Timer by event has to be in the event graph due to the delegate. Oh, kind of like, I don't know why I just tried to delete that. Yeah. Kind of like a timeline node. Okay. Dang, okay. That's probably going to be tall as heck, too. So that's timer by event. That's not terrible. That is a big boy, though. Wow. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build it out over here, just to have a little more space, a little more leeway. Okay, so the event would then be recently blinked. No, that's I didn't make an event called recently blinked. Never mind. I made a variable called recently blinked, and then I made a function called, you could use timer by function name as well, but I tend to avoid it because it's harder to follow logic when debugging later. Gotcha. Okay. Timer to execute a delegate. Okay. So from what I can see, when this fires and this timer goes off, so to say, it triggers this event here, right? Or does it trigger whatever's after this? Okay, it triggers this event here. Okay. Triggers the event. Okay, that makes sense. So let's go back to update face texture. Let's take another good look here at how I should set up an event to be re-trigger on a timer in order to allow for this randomization. Okay, so blinking happens right here. should this maybe be condensed down into an event? No. Sorry, I forgot. I'm getting an event confused with a function. No. A function, I could condense that down into a function, but an event is just a trigger. So all the event would have to do is set your last blink time. Oh. Okay. So I guess I would just put similar to like refire charge dash. Sorry, I guess I just haven't had as much experience with events as I did with functions, even though events seem like they're probably much simpler. Where did that go? Oh my gosh, I already lost it. Oh, it's in the event graph. That's right. All right, so I would need an event. Hold off there. And that would need to go into here. Actually, we'll just do custom of. Is that not how you make it? Okay, I guess not. Can an event not be inside a function? No, it can't. Okay. Huh. So I probably don't need to put it there. I should just have a separate event then. Just plugged into the same thing I've got here. Just last blink time. So something like right here. Yeah, here's a non-input based event. We'll put another non-input based event right here. Custom event. Set last. Wait, what did I even call it again? Oh my gosh, blink time. I don't even remember now. Set last blink time. And then just into this. All right. That's pretty simple. And then we get set. No. How did I do that? Do I just have to pull it up here? Is that it? Like this? I guess that works. Okay. How long to wait before executing the delegate in seconds? Looping max once per frame. Yeah, max once per frame. I don't think it's ever going to fire once per frame. That feels incredibly fast, but mean, I guess if that's, I don't know. I don't need to worry about it if the timer's set long enough. Initial start delay. Initial delay pass to the timer manager in seconds. Initial start delay variance. Use this to add some variance to when the timer starts in lieu of doing a random range on the initial start delay input in seconds. Oh, so this is where, okay. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to get that randomization. I think the way that it's set up currently then, it may have to set let's try something here. We're going to try it a little bit longer than we would think we'd need. I'm just going to play with some numbers here just to see what works. Oh, just getting up. I will do, I don't know, 5 seconds. Initial delay variance. Do 2 seconds. So this just has to be on begin play, huh? And then it just has a like the timer's just constantly going in the background then, because this is just like starting the timer, maybe. No, it's still just every 1 second. So it seems like I don't have those numbers set right then, but it did seem like it delayed a bit at the start. No, maybe not. No, it's still just going at the 1 second intervals. I gotta go. Hope you have a great day. Plus your cat. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate you stopping by. Always happy to see you. It's only calling once right now, and your old code is still blinking, right? Yes. Yeah, still blinking. So maybe then I should have recently blinked set higher. Like set at a higher time than by event. Maybe this should be less than a second, for example. Obviously, we don't want him blinking once a second. That's a little too fast, but just to get the idea, if we've got some variance, maybe like 0.2. What triggers the blinking in the old code? Oh yeah, he's still blinking 1 second. All right, we'll show you here. So I'm going to disconnect that for now. Let's go to update face texture. Okay. So this is the same update face texture, like that changes based on the states. It goes into update face texture as long as recently blinked is false within the past 0.2 seconds. Then it continues on, it gets the texture, validates the texture dynamic face material. It sets the parameter. This is just for changing state. This is checking if either recently blinked or recently changed state are false. If either are false, it changes the texture to the blink. And then after that, it sets the last blink time. Here, I'll show you actually the signal flow. You know, maybe I don't need... Why did I have this here again? I think I was trying to prevent your face changing it. I don't think I need this. I don't think I need this. I'm gonna try without it real quick. I don't think I need that. Oh, no, I absolutely need that. It just don't work now without it. Oh, no, it's working, but okay, so that's making sure. Okay, I see. So this is the length of your blink. It doesn't seem like it's delaying any other facial changes. Yeah, they all seem like they're going off on time. Okay, I guess that's why I was checking to see if I even needed that. I was worried it was going to delay or ignore some of the facial changes. Okay, yeah, no, that looks just fine. Okay, but that's how my blinking is working. If the second recently blinked is redundant. Wait, the second recently blinked is redundant, then if 0.2 blink is false, then 1 blink is definitely false. You are right. What was the point of this again? Oh, so this, okay, so this. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that's just how long in between the blinks. And what happens if I change... What happens if I change this to 1 and disconnect this? Just plug that right into there. Wait, no. Plug that right into there. There we go. I think it might be needed. If I set this to like 0.8. I remember why I needed this. I don't remember the exact problem this was solving. Oh. Okay. So this is the duration of your blink. This is how long in between blinks. But if I was to set this to like 0.8, is that going to mess with the ability to like change? Yeah. It is delaying the faces being changed as well with the state. So it is delaying it. It's just only delaying your facial change by 0.2 seconds here. Oh, I see now. It's a bit hard to wrap my head around. To be honest, a lot of this was just like kind of trial and error. Just like figuring out what was working, what was causing issues. Let me turn on this other cat cam now. I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, so what I was worried about is still happening. This is technically causing any facial change to be delayed by 0.2 seconds. But it's not really noticeable. As far as like changing to different state faces, it's really not noticeable. Okay, so if we go back to this here, let's plug that bad boy in here. What's happening again when I just started? Oh no, he's just blinking normally. Okay. Maybe this needs to be higher, like 0.6. No, it's still even intervals. Oh, looping. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, now it's not happening at all. Okay, so we're on the right track here. So maybe this does need to be higher. Let's do like 1.5. Oh. No, actually, I think like 2. That's some random linking. Oh. Hang on, I'm sorry. My dog's whining at me. He's probably got to go outside real quick. I'll be right back. Come on, buddy. Okay, I'm back. You'll want to disconnect the set last blink time inside face update function. Oh, really? Okay. Stay still. I'm trying to determine if it's still randomized at all. It looks like it's an even interval. I think it is an even interval. But when it's connected, is it causing a problem? I mean, look, it might be okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's random anymore, does it? Huh, okay. Okay, so we'll want to disconnect that. Go to close that. I don't need that. Yeah, it's initial start delay. Is every time it loops, is that considered a start then? So maybe we'll do like 1.5. No, now it's regular. And also, as we can see, it's like reversed. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how to do it without this last blink time. I'm struggling to wrap my head around it. Because we were kind of having the same problem where it's like kind of random at first. Yeah, no, those are regular intervals. It's what is happening when he's getting like a jiggle. You see like jiggles for a second and then the blink delays. I don't know how to control that happening, but there's like a little jiggle he does and then the blink delays after that. It's almost like Maybe the state's being changed and changed back really quick. I think that might be what's happening. I feel like maybe the state's getting changed and then changed back really quickly. Okay. Let me look at it again. Actually, I can look at the RCS tag on the left. Recently changed state tag. That little jiggle right there that you just did. No, RCS has stayed false. Yeah, I don't know. Toy with these numbers a little bit more. Let's do like 5. Variance of 3. Oh, that's right. I still wanted to try and do it without this plugged in. Yeah. All right, so let's come over here. It recently blinked within I can push how I would do this if you want. It won't change your code. Just put mine to the side. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That'll help me understand like the difference between what I'm doing and another solution for it. Let's save all. Close that. Can't remember if I didn't need to close Unreal. I feel like I should, right? Let's close Unreal. Then fetch. Oh, you haven't pushed it yet. Duh. Do you need to push anything first? Yeah, I probably should, I guess. I need to push the, just changing the variable type to enumerator. Changed, previous state there to var from string to enum. Okay, I pushed it. All right, sounds good. All right, pushed. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh. Oh. Okay. And then okay. I mean, that works. So what you're doing is you didn't make it overly complicated like I did, where I just fed into two separate like set texture parameter values. You just fed into value from this select node, and if recently blinked is false, then it pulls from the regular faces. If it's true, then it pulls from the blinked faces. Just sets the value. Okay. Yeah, that seems a lot easier. And then over here, just into the set timer by event with the blink event, goes into set last blink time based on the time seconds like I had, loops back around to set timer by event. Okay. I mean, I like this. This is, I mean, for the most part, what I was going for, just much better, much organized, much better. There we go. Especially this, I should say specifically. Like this really is just like a better way to do this, what I was doing. I mean, I like this. I like this a lot here. Okay, so then what I'll do, I mean, I'll leave this down here like it's unused logic. It's not being queued up or anything. But I think I might just put it here. This up here. Yeah, chill with that. I like this. This is good. And event graph. Yeah, this is essentially what we were making down there. Yeah, I'm cool with this. I like this. Like, I kind of want to put this on here. I almost want to do this. Let's do, Yeah, we'll do this. Do these need to be... Yeah, I probably shouldn't put spaces. Do like a setup blink. But wait, no, I need... How did we do this? What did... I basically want this same setup here. What did how did we, I don't remember how we created this. I want one of these here, so then I can put this like down here or somewhere else. This is, it's just like just linking to this. Like this doesn't have any definitive description. Just call it like a normal function. Okay. Set up link. Sweet. There we go. With this, like, actually, I'll do it like this. Oh, it can't. Yeah, it's got to be over there. Oh, this is probably fine, like this. Do this, we'll do... All right. I may need to delete this note here. Maybe not. Just for organization's sake. Put that here. Might be fine. I think it's fine, actually. Just leave it like that. Okay. And probably just move this down a little bit more. I'll put that like, yeah, I don't know. I guess like right here is fine. Okay. I think we are good there. Oh, I did want to change the interval. Do like 1.5 to 5. Maybe like 0.5 to 5. Sometimes you do get like double blinks. It'll allow for a double blink. It almost feels like now it's just always happening at the maximum interval. Or random floating range. And we do, for the setup that we have right here, we do want looping, right? Even though we're like kind of essentially triggering this, firing this, and it loops back into the start here. Back to 1.5. Why does it seem like it's working there, but no, it's random. Why was it? Was it? Maybe it was just chance. I mean, it is technically possible that it just kept hitting like very close to the maximum in that range. But it felt like it was 5 seconds like every time. No, that was a pretty quick one. Another quick one. I don't know what causes that little jiggle right there. I think it's like a rebounding of the current velocity, because you're technically constantly moving towards the ground when this is happening. It's not really important. I don't mind that little rebound jiggle. I think this works. I think we have blinking. Yeah, we got blinking. Sweet. Okay. We'll go back to update face. Well, I think I do also still want to have recently changed state, just because I just don't want you to, just to prevent immediately blinking. Like the moment it changes your face, I want to prevent it immediately being a blinked face. So we'll do OR in one of these. Oh, and just plug that in right there. There. I'm going to pull it down here, actually. Just because that's how I personally like to organize stacking. I could probably still do, wait, 1 here. I'm pretty sure that's how this is still going to work. Apparently humans blink roughly 7 times per minute when focused, but 15 to 20 times per minute when not. Yeah, it's between like every second and a half to like every 6 to 7 seconds. But it's different from person to person. Some people have drier eyes than other people. Sorry, we're around a lot of kids. Close that out. Okay, so that's good. I don't need that for now. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I guess I would just do like a branch right here, right? It's like if recently changed state within whatever time is false, then change the face. I could still do like 0.1, I guess. No, I don't know. What's the issue with blinking during a change? There's no issue. I guess I thought it would make more sense if when you change into a new state, when it changes the face, that it doesn't change into the blinking version of that face first. I guess that's what I was trying to prevent. I don't really know why. It just feels like a preference. I guess it doesn't really matter though. It's really not that big of a deal if the face you change into is blinking for 0.1 seconds. I think it's fine. I think when I had like a slightly longer blink earlier with the 0.2, it probably made more sense, but the 0.1 second, like you're not going to notice. And that 0.1 second blink it does look more natural than the 0.2 second I had. Yeah, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Really does not matter. All right, next, that was what I said I needed to do next time on the last stream yesterday, and that has been accomplished. So now what? I feel like maybe there was something with the face orientation that was bugging me before. Let's go look at maps, levels, test map. Am I crazy, or did that not load like at all? Is that yeah, there was no like little loading map pop up. It just loaded it. That's crazy. Yeah, so the little facial rotations like you're seeing right there, like just coming from a standstill, like jumping up. Those little facial rotations I want to try and eliminate. Unless like the character's moving when doing that. But if the character's just standing still, It doesn't happen every time either. Oh, there we go. And he like slightly changes. I mean, I guess it's a force we're adding, you know, just like an upward force. It's not like we're adjusting a transform. So there is a little bit of variance to how the force is being applied. Wonder if that's it. Because it's like snapping back to the same spot each time. I feel like maybe it didn't a second ago. Okay, yeah, so it like snapped right there. And snapped over here. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to prevent. And I couldn't really think of a good way to do that. How to prevent that. Which is probably why I've been going on little side quests with features I'm implementing. Because that is something that I want to fix. I just don't really know how to tackle or approach that. And I almost wonder if instead of trying to like change the whole like face towards velocity code to account for it, instead of doing that, maybe just have some type of flag of like recently recently stopped grabbing. No, because then there's a lot of other situations where you do want it to move when you stop grabbing. Why isn't it? Oh, interesting. Sometimes your ability to jump is not being reset. So be under grabbing. Grab surface. That would be here. But in order to jump, you need to, can jump. Needs to be true. Well, actually, if can jump needs to be true here, then it sets can jump as false. Okay. Maybe every time. Maybe just throw a set can jump right here. Set that to true. Because then it just gets made false there. I think that's all I gotta do for that. That's just to fix like... Yeah, so now every time you let go from a grab, you're gonna jump. There was... Sometimes it wasn't, you weren't jumping. Yeah, there we go. Just fix that. And if you spam, you can just kind of jiggle up and down. That's funny. that's funny. Okay. Yeah, that fixed that. But yeah, so I still need some type of fix to the face rotation. Okay, so I can probably turn off all of the all of these. Oh, I was about to say it'd be nice if these just had like an on-off toggle rather than me having to disconnect them, but it seems like it does. It's literally just print to screen or print to log. I'll leave it in log, that's fine. Just turn off print to screen. I don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need that. Probably don't need that. Don't really need that. I can probably just disconnect these, actually. I don't really need any of these anymore, but just to be safe. Yeah, we'll just have the... Oh. There is a rogue print string somewhere. I think it's probably in the, yeah, it's an impact. I don't really need this anymore either. Trying to think of how I would move this to the dev debug. I probably don't need to. We're just gonna not print to string. Or I can just delete it. If I really need this that bad again, it's very easy to set up. I don't think I need that again. We'll just have the states in the corner for now. Okay. That, get rid of that, and that, and that. All right, so let's take a look at rotate face to velocity. I want to take a look at the flow, the signal flow. Oh. Yeah, so when it is happening, it doesn't always happen, but when it does happen, it's going from here down here. So what is this? Oh, I think, okay, I see. This was my attempt at a solution before. Because I was noticing that it didn't work ultimately, but I was noticing that the only time it happened was when the direction Z was less than 1, but then I found so many other situations where the direction Z was in between negative 0.99 and 0.99, so that just didn't work. I don't know why I left that there. I just delete that. I don't really need that. I think that's why I had velocity printing. Well, it seems like X and Y don't go above or below 0. Maybe hang on, maybe that solution wasn't too far off. Oh, I turned off. Yeah. Velocity, yeah. Well, no, because then that's... Yeah, X and Y are still going to be 0 if I'm jumping up and down like this. But if I'm jumping up and down like this, when X and Y are 0, I don't think the face should be really rotating along the Z-axis like that, you know? Maybe this isn't that far off. So maybe instead of this, we can do like an and. Do another one of these. I have to organize this a little better. Maybe did something like that, and then X and Y are, this is in range. No, so maybe in range isn't right. Basically, if they're greater than or less than 0, they need to equal 0. So if they are 0, if X and Y are 0, Or -0, because those are different numbers for some reason. Do I really have to go into this? There's no way this is going to be right, but this is what I'm thinking. So, or I should say, there's no way this is going to be the most efficient way to do this. This is definitely going to feel like, I think it's going to be too many steps. If it's greater than, or less than, it's greater than 0 or less than -0. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Then why was it showing up as -0? Yeah, see, it's -0 now. Why is -0? That's probably just still 0 to the math. Okay, cool. So I don't need to do multiple of these. No, I do still need to do multiple of these, actually. No, I don't. Never mind. Flip-flop, flip-flop. Okay, so if it equals 0. I guess I could also do a not equals, but whatever. Yeah, maybe let's do a not equals. If it's not equal 0, if y is also not equal to 0, do or goes into a branch. I'll delete that. Oh, I only need this to apply to... I need this to only to apply to the z-axis. So in this case, because z is what, right? Because z-axis is what it's rotating on. That up and down axis, that's the z-axis. Okay. So I think I need to split... split. How do I... How would I make this pin conditional? From pin to pin, but not these ones. Would I have to do another set world rotation, maybe? Might have to do another set world rotation. Okay, so maybe then... Oh, shoot. Okay. Do this. Move this like right here. X and Y. Go into X and Y. And then from here. Okay, so that's or... Gosh, I already don't like how I have this laid out. It's probably not. I already know this isn't going to work, but it feels like it's going to work. So that's what we do here. Trial and error. Okay. So if either of these are not equal to 0, then we do this. with a Z. I think that might work. To find out how wrong I am. Ha! No, it didn't work. I knew it would work. That's so funny though. Well, hang on. It should be working, no? Because it's just going from one set world rotation to another. Like that logic flow is going through. But it's not updating the Z rotation. There's got to be a way to, instead of doing another branch like this, there has to be a way to restrict a pin flow based on a condition. Oh, it would be the exact node that you've been using repeatedly. This guy here. Select node. That's funny. Okay. My answer is literally right here. Gosh, I am the silliest goose. Select Boolean and if it's true, goes into there and then over here. And I really don't know how to organize this right here. I have no clue how I'm going to organize that. Just gonna keep doing, we're gonna keep doing this. Maybe like right there. Sure. I don't know. No, it's still happening. So if it's true, so if either of these is not equal to 0, then it's true. How about if either of these are Hmm. If either of these are not equal, so actually, if either of these are greater than 0.001 or less than negative 0.001, maybe that'd be better. It's going to be a couple different ORs I got to do here. Okay, so if X is greater than what was it exactly? It was how many decimal places? 3. Okay. It's greater than 001. Or, oh no, less than. Okay, gosh. If it's less than negative, there we go. Or greater than 0.001. And same with these. And probably just do another OR. Oh, this feels like an abomination that I'm creating here. So if there has to be a node that's better than doing this, there has to be like a, if it's outside range, is there a not within range? There has to be a not within range node. Oh my gosh. I knew this was an abomination I was creating. It's just within range, but just set as the false instead of true. What is wrong with me? The inner range. Float. So then we would just do false. X is within range, negative 0.001 or positive 0.001. Probably same here. Another one of these. No, it probably should be and in this case. Because if one of them is 0, but if like the x direction is greater than or less than the 0.1, then it's moving perfectly along in that direction. I guess it is possible that you're still moving, but one of those axes are set at 0. highly unlikely, but I think it's possible. So. Oh, I don't like that. Fixing Discord. Oh, hey. That would be on calculate velocity. Oh, okay. All right, so in that case, let's get rid of all this. This was already not working. Look at me over here thinking I'm clever. Recombine. Okay. That'd be calculate velocities where you fixed that. Oh, I see. Duh, you already had an attempt at a fix here. Should have definitely just started with this. I'm going to be honest, I forgot about this. disconnect that for now. Put a branch in between there. All right, so you're going from this branch is moving to is nearly 0 2D. Is that a real function? I feel like every time I think of a problem, Unreal just has a function somewhere built to solve that problem. It's almost like I'm not the first person to develop a game before. It's hilarious. Okay. It's nearly 0. So we don't want vectors nearly 0, right? Like we do want we want to convert this to a vector 2D. Vector 2D. I assume 2D vector math is much cheaper than 3D vector math. Is nearly 0. Why you do this to me, Unreal? Just have it line up. Oh well. Nope. This is all I need, huh? Yeah. It's not going to 0. That's beautiful. Yeah, you fixed it. Good work, brother. Let's see now. Technically, this can fall straight down forever without looking down, but I don't really see a case where you would fall straight for a long period. Yeah, no, you would always be kind of landing in water or something. I'll knock it out of here. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably another thing that I need to fix. That depending on oh my gosh, I just realized you can climb with the grab. Yeah, you can absolutely climb with the grab. Wait, why can't... Oh, there we go. Wasn't able to jump there for a second. That was weird. Oh, it's because you just jumped. You have to jump while you're still grabbing. Maybe I should... Maybe... Oh, he looked down there for a second. Did you see that? Yeah, I don't think it's really going to matter. The specific case you're talking about, I don't think it's going to come up really. And now I'm wondering. Yeah, even the slightest movement in X and Y will make it look up or down. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm thinking I want you to be able to jump right after letting go of a grab, even though you're just jumping right after. So we'll do... Where was that? Was that impact? No, it wasn't impact. It was... I think it's just in the grab function. Grab surface. Jump. Yeah, all I gotta do, instead of like trying to adjust this specific jump, we're just gonna throw in another one of these. And jump. Actually, now I'm curious. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can just climb. I'm wondering if there should be like maybe a limit. I don't know. Is that taking away too much of the fun? Also, like this little like double jump that's happening. If I like jump and then let go of the grab, like you're jumping again. Oh, maybe just jumped. We have a function for this. We have a function for this. No, because it's going to jump right here. It sets the last jump time. Maybe there should be like a delay. Real question is, why force a jump at all? Like when you let go? For that purpose right there. So that when you're on the ground, you just kind of pop up for a second. Because without it, you just kind of like go back and forth between doing this, which I guess is fine. I don't know. I guess I just liked the look of him just doing like a small little hop up afterwards. Oh, I don't know if I like that. That's funny. Yeah, it was just to have like a little, maybe only force when not moving. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. So well, no, because then I still, well, actually, I don't know. Let's see. What does it look like? I guess that's not bad. That's fine. I mean, maybe it's fine. Jump isn't always working for some reason. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe we really don't need that little hop jump. You know, it's less apparent now. I don't know if it's the face or whatever else it is, but I remember, I think maybe it's because we shrink the slime down just ever so slightly when you do this. It almost looked like the bottom was just like expanding and then retracting over and over again rather than him like sucking himself down to the ground. I should have phrased that differently. Rather than him just like grabbing onto the ground. But the fact that we shrink the slime a little bit, it does look like a more believable redistribution of mass rather than just like extending out the bottom of his body. So this is, honestly, this is probably fine. And plus, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to watch him just like jiggle like this. Without going into too much detail, people will find this entertaining to do this over and over again. So I think you're right. I think it's a good suggestion. I don't think I need to do this at all. Okay, so if you're, now I need to fix, if you're grabbing and then jump, I need immediately that signal flow to go down to the release grabbing, because it does after a second, and then he expands. So we'll do that. And then I guess after this, just a branch of like just jumped true. And if so, we'll do maybe requested grabbing. Should be false. Well, no, because yeah, maybe requested grabbing. We already have the recently jumped. False, it goes into this. Well, hang on. If recently jumped is false, then it go. What is the point of having this here? I feel like maybe this needs to be right here. I'm gonna try it. It's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. So true, if requested grabbing is false, then go into that, then come over here, compile. Feel like if is grabbing is true, no. Okay, so right now, another little issue I'm seeing is that like you visibly notice the re-expansion of the slime. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like being able to double jump like that. Why is this going down here? It's just always... It's always going down there. I don't think I need this logic flow right here. No, maybe not. Let me take a better look. No, I do need that logic flow because it very quickly goes through it. I let go of grabbing. Yeah, but I need a quicker re-expansion. But I don't want to speed up the animation. Like I like that speed of grabbing onto something. That's great. I like that speed. I don't like that re-expansion speed. And I also don't like that you can double jump, but I'll fix that in a second. Okay. So let's take a look at slime visual deformation. So I do need the deform speed, but I essentially need it to be conditional. If just jumped is false, then it does everything normally. If just jumped is true, I want to multiply the config grab deform speed. So I would just do that with a select node. Select. Be a float. No. That's where the branch goes. That's the Boolean. The float goes into true. No. Goes into false. Because if just recently jumped, that's it. Recently jumped is true. Then we're going to take this and we're going to multiply it by add just in the function keywords. How do I do that? Is that like keywords? Look at that. Okay. And that just makes it easier to search, I guess. That's cool. So let's go to all the recentlys. A recently changed state should be an output. Recently jumps. Just copy that. Put that there. Put that there. Did I put that in the right field? I did. Yeah. Oh. Put that there. Oh, what's up, buddy? Good? Right, boy? My dog's not having a great time. There's a thunderstorm going on right now. I have one dog that does not care at all. Diesel. He doesn't care at all about weather or thunder. But my other dog, Sherman, he hates any kind of loud weather at all. Not a fan. Or also not a fan of fireworks or gunshots. He hates all of the above. Just loud noises in general. he doesn't hang with. Oh, that's right. I gotta times it by 2, maybe? Four? Oh. Okay, no, so the problem's not the speed at which you... I see. Oh, he is looking up now, isn't he? I feel like that issue with him looking up is only going to happen if your velocity is zeroed out, which is only going to happen the second you spawn in, I think, based off of our logic. So as soon as you start moving around, jump at all, he's not gonna look his head back up. Okay, that's fine. A little bit of a tangent. All right, so yeah, this is not our problem. Our problem is not the speed with which you expand. The problem is the delay after you stop grabbing when it starts. So in that case, we'll just plug that back in there for right now. So when is... Oh, it does take a second before going from grabbing to jumping. Set the default value of player velocity direction to 1, and it should fix that minor issue. Let's see. Calculate velocity. Player velocity direction. Default value, x equal to 1. Nice. Yeah, it's not really something that we'll ever see come up unless a player spawns in, doesn't move at all, and then starts jumping. But that fix will help, so that's good. Thanks for figuring that out real quick. Okay, yeah, so I see the issue. The issue is there's a little bit of a delay between transitioning from grabbing into jumping. If you're still holding the grab button, which it's not even really that no, it isn't. It is noticeable in some situations. Yeah, it's definitely noticeable that there's a delay. Okay, so this isn't going to do me any good here. I don't need that. What I do need let's go to states. Let's go to determine state. So I think it's the way we're handling our states. Need a better transition from grabbing into jumping. Because I think what's happening is you're still considered grabbing if you're holding right click, which is the grab button. And after you jump, your player model is technically not touching the ground, but that grab detection range is still touching the ground. I think if you're holding right click while the ground is within that range, then you're still technically in the grabbing state. So what I need to do, I'll go to the logic for grabbing. I can close update slime visual. I can keep. Yeah, so I think we'll go to grab surface. We'll go to I know the recently jumped is going to be our answer to this. I just need to figure out the best place to plug that in. So let's go over setting. Oh, I see, because it's waiting. This is it. This is what's causing it. It's waiting for this recently jumped. I see. Okay. Is that why we put this over here? Maybe that's why we put this over here. Let's do this then. So true, and then if recently jumped is false, it goes up here and into here. No, that's even worse, actually. Because it's still got to wait that half a second. What happens if I don't have this here? That's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens if I don't have that there. If recently jumped is true, it should go down that bottom path. Yeah, you're totally right. Okay. Over here, that. That fixed it. That did fix it. Just to make me feel a little more sane, we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna swap these. All those crossed wires were not doing it for me. Okay. Okay, so now I need to fix wait, actually I want to look at that logic flow again. What happens if I remove this now? Am I still not able to jump up here? Yeah, I still can't jump on the wall, but that's what's causing my double jump issue right now. You could just, that's funny. Okay. What if I do this? Maybe instead just do this and then put one of these after, set it as requested grabbing is true. Want can jump to be false. Okay, so no more double jump. This is funny. I'm not crazy about that snapping, though. Look at him up there. Perched up like Batman. Whoa, bro. Good? You all right, buddy? Dressed? Ask if you want to go outside, but I know you definitely don't. Good. Got some calming treats. Let me grab those and give them to my dog real quick, because he's a stressed boy. Give me just one moment. Let me grab those. Oh, wait. Yeah, my hand smells like doctrine. So. What I should say. Have returned. Yeah, you can definitely just climb up things. That's pretty cool. Sometimes it's not always setting can grab though. Do I have a can grab? I don't have a can grab. Oh, wait, no, that's not even what I was trying to say anyway. I don't have a can grab. That's right, but that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to do can jump. It's not always setting can jump. Well, because it is setting it false right here now. That's why. I bet if I just turn that off, which still causes that double jump issue, I bet that fixes it not always. Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah. Herman, you good, buddy? How you feeling? Not having a good time? Sorry, pal. Yeah, he's not having a great time. Right, I may need to call it here. Just tend to my pup. He's seeming kind of stressed, so I'm gonna try to get him a little more comfortable. And plus, it's already close to, we're at about 3 hours right now, so it's not too short of a stream. But what I will do is, we were in the grab surface, right? Yeah, we were in grab surface. So I will leave a note right here. Fix double jump. I got it, buddy. I'm about to get off. Fix double jump bug. Do That's this one. I haven't used an upward arrow in a while. Oh, yeah, sorry, Unreal. My bad. I didn't mean to be working on my project when you were trying to autosave. It's my fault. Here's the arrows. There we go. Geometric symbols. Okay. I use these at work all the time. Little arrows. Six double jump bug. Can I hit enter on that? Yeah, I can. Look at that. Okay. Got a lot done today. Got the blink randomization done. Fixed the pivoting that you solved there. Fixed the delay in his grabbing. So we have a guy that blinks. We got a guy that can climb. Just got to fix the double jump. Okay, I'm satisfied with that progress for today. File, save all. Go ahead and call this finished blinking logic. Lothic logic. Fixed blinking logic. And fixed base rotation. Yeah, that's fine. Commit. Push. Okay, cool. Well, all right. I think that is going to be it for me for tonight. I'm going to go make sure this pup isn't as stressed as he is right now. He's not having a great time. But I appreciate you hanging out. Anyone else that stopped by? I know Nathan came and hung out for a bit. Anyone else that was here? Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging. Hope you all are safe out there. If anyone's got any bad weather, be safe. Get somewhere safe. Find somewhere safe to get to if you need. But yeah, appreciate y'all. See y'all next week. I'll be here on Monday, same time, 6:30 Central. Feel free to come by. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Cool.